Well, Brock Purdy, he's already been described as an elite quarterback already 3 years into his career. But is he one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL?
Let's talk football.
All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the All Around Sports Podcast, where sports are everything on this channel. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we're again talking about the 49ers. The 49ers, after coming in last place of the division last year, thankfully it's not the Seahawks, but this 49ers team, they just did not have anything go right their way last year. They had every single person on their roster on IR, and that was on injured reserve. But the question is Brock Purdy considered an elite quarterback? Now, this is my first time bringing this subject up. Now, I've talked about Brock Purdy a few times. This is my first time bringing up the elite quarterback conversation. But man, this already is a good conversation. But before we get started into this video, if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. But for now, let's talk about Mr. Brock Purdy. So, Brock Purdy, I don't think he's an elite quarterback. And I know some people are saying that he's like a top 7, top 10 quarterback, especially after what happened in the Super Bowl. If I'm looking at Brock Purdy right now, I have him as the 15. I have him as top 15 because I can name arguably 14 different quarterbacks that I would put in the same roster as Brock Purdy and that would excel far better than he does. So here's that list. I created this list off of my knowledge. So at number 1, of course, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Josh Allen. Number 3, Lamar Jackson. Number 4, Joe Burrow. Number 5, Jared Goff. Number 6, Jaden Daniels. Number 7, Jalen Hurts. At number 8, Matthew Stafford. Number 9, CJ Stroud. Number 10, Tua Tagovailoa. At number 11, Baker Mayfield. Number 12, Bo Nix. Justin Herbert, number 13. And Trevor Lawrence at number 14. And Brock Purdy, of course, being at 15. The main reason why I have this as a situation, because we look at the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 58. He had argued, and he said in his words that he should have won the Super Bowl that year, which totally agree. You had one of the best rosters in NFL history, and you still couldn't get it done. I'm telling you this right now. If Lamar Jackson was in that offense, they would have won the championship. If Josh Allen was in that offense, they would have won the championship. And also if Patrick Mahomes was in that offense, they would have already won championships with the 49ers more sooner than Brock Purdy. Because Brock Purdy is not elite. The main thing that I look at of elite quarterbacks is two things. Being able to perform when your players are hurt and shining up in the brightest moments. The NFL is built around moments. When you had a third down attempt, like I think it was like third down and 5, inside of territory in overtime, by the way, you had a wide open shot to Juwan Jennings. What did he end up doing? Throwing it over the head of Juwan Jennings, forcing it incomplete, kicking a field goal, giving the Chiefs the chance to win the game, which they did. Purdy is not elite. This team, of course, I know they hired Robert Saleh as their defensive coordinator. Not going to help them that much. But the 49ers, Brock Purdy, I said this since day one of becoming a YouTuber. I've said this since day one. If Brock Purdy is going to win a Super Bowl, he needs to perform when his weapons are hurt. You're not always going to have a George Kittle to back you up. You're not always going to have a Juwan Jennings to back you up. You're not going to have a Deebo Samuel that's looking like a shell of himself. And you're not going to also not have a Brandon Ayuk or a Christian McCaffrey to always back you up. Sooner or later, you need to learn to perform when those weapons are out. Which I think you got a really good stud in Ricky Pearsall. He was a much better pick than I had expected. But still, Brock Purdy needs to do well when his players are hurt. I know people are looking to look at injuries from this past year. I totally understand that. But look at the Chiefs right now. They're with all of their injuries and them looking suspect most of the year. What is their record? They're 17-2, including the playoffs. And they're now playing for a chance to go to another Super Bowl to pull off the three-peat.
You were right about one thing. This ends now.
This is what I'm talking about. When you look at the 49ers, they have everything they need. But Purdy has to show up. The NFL is always about moments. If we are going to look at Brock Purdy as an elite quarterback, he needs to shine in the brightest of the moment. And when he's been in that situation twice, he's not been able to get it done, which was against the Philadelphia Eagles. Of course, he got hurt that year, as did four other quarterbacks, which no team loses four quarterbacks in a single year. Then you have the last year, Super Bowl 58. You had outplayed Mahomes every extent. You had the 10-point lead. You got to finish the job. When you are a member in San Francisco, the main thing that we look at that can bring you back your sixth rate is the play of the quarterback. If Purdy performs all world, they can win a championship. But they can't because Purdy, the fact of the matter is, like it or not, Purdy is a game manager. He's not a Patrick Mahomes. He's not a Josh Allen. He's not a Lamar Jackson. He is not any of the most elite quarterbacks that I stated on that list. He's not any of those guys. Any of those guys that I put in that offense from that year would have won a Super Bowl. Any of those quarterbacks that I put in that offense would have won a championship by now. And I swear it. And I said this a few weeks ago. I'm going to say it again. We all know Kevin O'Connell was an offensive coordinator in Minnesota and also their head coach. I swear, if Brock Purdy was the quarterback in Minnesota, he probably already would have won a Super Bowl by now. Because Kyle Shanahan is a playoff choker. The main reason they keep on losing championships is because of Kyle Shanahan. Because he is primarily to blame. Because they just look so bad in the second half of that Super Bowl. They ran the dang ball the entire first half. And then you let go of that to give the Chiefs the comeback and eventually win the game. This is the main thing I look at. If you are going to be the man, you have to go into there and beat that man. You need to go into Kansas City, into the Super Bowl, and beat them. I don't care if it's any other AFC team that you face. If you can't beat Kansas City, you are not, I repeat, not going to win a championship. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think Purdy is an elite quarterback? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Do you agree with what I said or do you disagree? But anyways, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao for now.